In this short video I'll try and explain how to choose an indicator given the type of titration that you're doing with strong or weak acid and alkali. So to start with, let's have a look at the pH curve that we draw. So we'd normally have pH on the y-axis going from probably 0 up to 13, 14, and then on the x-axis you would generally have the volume of probably alkali added. It could be acid. And the first thing that I'm going to put on a couple of well-known indicators and just show the point at which they change colour. The first one is methyl orange, which has a pKa of 3.7. So somewhere around about there is the methyl orange indicator, and this is the point at which it will change colour. And the other one we'll put on phenolphthalein, much higher, with a pK of just over 9. So somewhere up there. And let's have a look at a few typical pH curves. So the first one is a strong acid versus a strong alkali. So we'd be expecting to start round about 0, 1, depending on what the concentration of the acid is. And our typical curve for this would be something like that. So which indicator works here? So what we can see is the point at which we reach neutralization. For both those indicators, they lie in the vertical section of the curve, which means either of those indicators would be suitable for this titration. For the second example, let's look at what a weak acid with a strong alkali would look like. So our starting point probably be in the 2 to 3 region, and sort of takes a little upturn and would finish off something like this. Okay, slightly different this time. Now we can see that our methyl orange is changing colour almost at the start of the titration, which is not what we want whatsoever. So methyl orange would be a very poor choice for this indicator. However, the phenolphthalein lying in the vertical section of the curve will be absolutely fine. The final example is a strong acid versus a weak alkali this time. So again, starting round about 0 to 1, fairly flat to start with, and then we go up, and then probably levelling off around about 10, 11. Okay, so this time the methyl orange working well, so in the vertical section, but the phenolphthalein, it looks as though that wouldn't have changed colour until well after the titration has finished and we've reached the equivalence point. So for this one, phenolphthalein no good, methyl orange absolutely fine.